Bedtime Billy Bear by Miriam Ross. When Billy and Rabbit splashed in from the garden, Mum and her friend Lucy were having a cup of tea. "Oh, just look at you, Billy," cried Mum. "You're completely covered in mud." Billy looked down at his trousers. "Yes," he said, "and look, so is Rabbit." "I think it's time for a bath," said Mum. Mum washed Billy, and Billy washed Rabbit. "Billy," said Mum, "have you remembered that Lucy is looking after you tonight while I go to my pottery class?" "Yes, I remembered," said Billy, "but Rabbit forgot." Mum helped Billy into his pajamas. "Billy," she smiled, "are you looking where you're putting your feet?" "I was," said Billy. "But I've lost Rabbit. Where is she?" "Look, she's over there," said Mum, "drying out after her bath. She can carry on drying out downstairs while you have your snack." When he got downstairs, Billy showed Lucy his new pajamas. "Oh, they're lovely, Billy," said Lucy. "Yes, Rabbit chose them," said Billy. After his snack, Billy went to find Rabbit. She was lovely and warm and dry. Billy yawned. "Rabbit's very tired, you know," he said. "Yes," said Mum, "I can see that. Come on, up we go." Mum helped Billy brush his teeth. "You have to look this way, Billy," she said. "I can't," said Billy. "Rabbit's fidgeting. I think something's bothering her." "What could that be?" said Mum. "She wants to come to pottery with you," said Billy. "I'm afraid it's far too late for a young rabbit to be out," said Mum. "But I could make something for her." Mum read Billy a story, then kissed him good night. "You've forgotten to sing our song," said Billy. "I've got to go to pottery now," said Mum. "But here's Lucy. She's going to sing with you tonight." Mum tucked Billy in. "Good night, Billy. Sleep tight," she said. "Lucy, can we sing a noisy song?" Billy asked. "Of course we can," smiled Lucy. After the noisy song, she sang a soft, gentle, going-to-sleep song. Then she kissed Billy and went downstairs. Silence poured into Billy's room. "Lucy," shouted Billy, "you forgot to kiss Rabbit." Lucy came back. She kissed Rabbit and then kissed Billy again. "Now close your eyes and go to sleep," she said, and left. Billy closed his eyes, but he just couldn't sleep. He climbed out of bed and sat on the stairs. "What are you doing, Billy?" asked Lucy. "Rabbit's worried because there's a funny noise in my room," he said. Lucy came back upstairs to listen to the noise. "That's just the wind blowing in the chimney," said Lucy. "Oh," said Billy. Lucy tucked him back into bed. Billy peered over his duvet and into the corner of the room, where all the dark had collected. He didn't like it one bit. He grabbed Rabbit, jumped out of bed, and hurried downstairs. "Rabbit can't sleep," began Billy. "Billy," said Lucy, "if Rabbit's going to be naughty and keep you awake, I'm afraid she's going to have to sleep somewhere else." Billy's eyes grew wide. "I don't think she'll like that," he said. Well then, you'd better tell her to behave. Billy's eyes filled with tears. Lucy lifted Billy gently onto her knee. What's the matter, said Billy, she asked. It's the dark, said Billy. Mum won't be able to find her way home in all the dark. Lucy took Billy over to the window. Look how the moon and the stars light up the garden, she said. And look at the street lights. Mum will definitely be able to find her way home. She always does, doesn't she? Billy nodded. Shall we go upstairs now? Asked Lucy. We don't want Mum to come back and find you still up, do we? No, sighed Billy, closing his eyes. Slowly, Lucy carried Billy back upstairs. And by the time Mum got home with the pottery present, Billy was fast asleep at last. The end.